My name's Team. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 8th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's in a corrective state, and we can't really tell what it's going to do. Okay, and this is something that I like to say. This is one of the reasons you do not trade things that are in a corrective state. You simply use them to make entries and exits. But as I've been saying on this channel, if you're subscribed, you will know that we believe that Bitcoin is in a wave 2 correction. And when assets are in a corrective state, they're highly unpredictable. They're difficult to trade up or down. You can't tell what it is that they're going to do. There's so many options on the table, right? Valid options, okay? Thus far, we've gotten an A, B, C sort of correction, right? And that seems to be complete. And following that, just this last night, we started getting an ABC correction to the downside, okay? That seems like one wave of an ABC correction. Okay, many things can happen. What comes after? I don't know. But it's likely, I would say, that this is the A wave of a larger correction that goes something like this. I think that's likely, okay? So this is what I anticipate for Bitcoin. Am I going to trade it? Am I going to put money on that? Absolutely not. I only trade impulses. If I were to trade anything, I would trade the impulse. If this happened, I would trade this impulse here, right? Because that's a little more predictable. But, you know, it's very, very, very complicated, very difficult. Actually, that impulse wouldn't go down there. I maintain that the range that we're going to experience for Bitcoin will be around here. Oh, goodness. Let me just use the line tool. Struggling with the straight lines. I think that'll be the bottom of the range. I think this wick proved that market participants don't want to buy and sell down here. So I think what we're going to get, and this is just what I think, highly speculative. I would not trade this. I am not trading this. In a moment, I'll show you what I am actually trading. But if I were to guess, we're going to do something like this. A, B, C. Okay, so this is what I anticipate for Bitcoin in the coming hours. That B wave is going to retrace the top of that A wave, I believe. You know, this could be wrong, right? This B wave could be a manner of things. This B wave could be a diagonal. It could be a complex correction. It can be all kinds of things. I don't know. But I think on the balance of probability, we're going to get something like this. Okay. And this is the impulse that's tradable. But again, I'm not trading Bitcoin because there are better things to trade right now. So that's pretty much Bitcoin. There's not much to say. It's in a corrective wave. So it's by definition unpredictable, right? And it's going to stay here until we get at least 3 waves, okay? We could get 3 or 5, right? If we get 3, they can be simple or they can be complex. If we get 5, we're definitely getting complex waves, right? We're going to get a WXYXZ. But that's all we know, all right? And sometimes in trading, in charting, it's best to know what you don't know. And we do not know with the likelihood of, you know, with a high degree of probability what Bitcoin is going to do in this correction. But it's good enough that we know that it's in correction, right? And it's good enough to know it's a no trade type of scenario. It's at least a no, not a profitable, not a high likelihood, high probability type of trade zone. Okay, so that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. If you're getting value, please like, subscribe, share. All right, now let's go into trade into Chainlink, the trade that I'm currently in, and many of the subscribers are also currently in. Okay, let's have a look at this. So Chainlink, and there's a few things I want to share with you all. And thanks for being active in the chat. I'm actively trading this, so I also have so many things to say about it. And I have a lot of questions, and sometimes I have some answers. But here's what I know. I know this much. I flubbed the Elliott wave count, okay? As many of you all probably already know, it's hard to count a wave in development while it's developing, okay? I've been guilty of this before on this channel, but I have it in my notes. I have it in my trading journal. So this is something I've learned and I'm getting better at acknowledging. All right, while it's happening, it's hard to say what's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay. The best thing to do, and this is written in my journal, is to simply track the trend. Until which point the trend is broken, you continue to assume that your trend will continue. Okay. This is one thing that I have written down, and it's important because this is an impulsive wave. Okay. Remember, this link trade, we anticipate that it go all the way up into this region here, into the 50-60 region, right? Because this is an A. Here, let's draw it out. This is an A, B, C, right? We're looking for that ABC. So we basically have all this ground to cover, okay? So it is an impulsive mode, right? What does that mean? It's not just a word. It means that it's up only time. It's like very little corrections. The corrections are minimal, if that. I mean, they're going to correct, right? They're going to be entries. They're going to be places you can enter, but they're quick and they're minimal, meaning if it can correct to the 382, it will do that instead of correcting to the 0.5 or the 618, right? That's an example, and we can see that in the chart. So what to do when trading this kind of impulsive action? One, be very, 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 very careful trying to short it. Only time you should possibly short it is when you get a clean break of a trend, right? And that clean break of the trend, you would have to draw out, and then you know, okay, whoops, you would get an A wave, right? That's a clean break of a trend. Then you're like, okay, it's shorting time, but obviously you don't FOMO into the trade in the direction of the trade. You wait for the pullback. So you would wait for a B wave pullback, something like that, right? And then you would get into the short like that, into the C, like up here somewhere. That's a safe way to short these impulsive trends, right? Otherwise, just long them, right? And because that's with the trend. That's the safest play, right? That's a high probability play. Okay. IC asked, am I entering? My answer, yes, absolutely. And here's why. Okay, what's the target for this? Here's where you use other skills other than just Elliott wave analysis. One, because it's hard to count. I haven't been able to count this. All right, I don't know if anybody else has, but all right, here's what I can count. Thing is, I don't have any context for the count, right? I count this as a 1. Obviously, this is the genesis of the wave. Jeez. Count this as a 1, right? That's 2 right here. Now, where's 3? This is tough. I think 3's up here. I can say this now because it's already completed. But while it was going on, I didn't know that. So I think this is 3, an extended 3 wave. This is 4. And then this was 5. Okay. And so this is what I'm looking at right here. Now, if that's true, is this a B wave? Is this an A wave? I don't think this is an A wave, only because it hasn't broken trend. Again, if you haven't broken trend, you can't count that as an A wave. And I was under the impression that, all right, we're definitely breaking, we're going down, right? Because I saw this and I thought mistakenly that this was an A wave. This can't be an A wave because, or it can't be a larger trend A wave. It can be a smaller A wave, right? Of like, within the, how do you say? It can be a smaller degree A wave, okay? But it's not like a trend breaking A wave where you're going to get a larger correction on the larger trend because you haven't broken the larger trend. That's something that I'm relearning right now, right? Sometimes you write rules down and you're like, all right, lesson learned, put it in your journal, but you don't really learn it until it happens again, maybe. I don't know. That's me. I'm speaking for myself. Sometimes I have to see it twice or three times before I really internalize the rule. But those of you who have been subscribed for a while know I've struggled with counting Elliott waves as they happen, and this is something I've developed to help me with that. Okay, so that's one of my rules. If it hasn't broken the trend, then don't count on shorting it. It's just not smart. All right, continue with the trend. This is why I said to another community member, I don't perceive it to be correcting in that way. Okay, now where is it going? All right, because I can't really count it with Elliott waves, right? I can count 5 waves, and why am I confident in this count? Even though I'm not going to use it, just for the purpose of sharing information and learning. I think that this is the end of a 3 wave because you have an ending diagonal. All right, so I think that is the end of wave 3. Wave 3 of 3. Right, I think that's the end of wave 3 of 3 because there's an ending diagonal. This wave 4, wave 5 of 3. That's the top of wave 3 here, high on the stochastic RSI. I don't know, but this is just a guess, right? Same here, ending diagonal with 5, right? You'll only see ending diagonals at the end of impulsive waves. So ending diagonal here, wave 3 of 3, ending diagonal, or no ending diagonal here, but ending diagonal here at wave 5. I think that's it, okay? So this is 1 wave, okay? And this is a 2 wave correction for me, okay? So if let's just erase this for the time being, and I take the fibs from the beginning here to the bottom, this can't be a 2 wave correction because it's only hit the 236. That count can't be right. It can't be. This can't be right. We know that the minimum correction for a 2 wave is the 382, right? So if that were the case, if this was indeed a 5, then this is coming down here. Okay, and that's possible. That's possible. And actually, that seems likely now that I look at it more, because do you see that? This is, and this is the next point I'm going to make. This is clearly a neckline, okay? And this is how I got my target. Right here. Jeez. It's magnet. This is how I got my target. From the bottom of this, right, to the top. This is clearly the neckline. The site of breakout. And this is why my target's like 24.5, something like that, around there, to the bottom of this range. It'll probably even retrace and go up here, but I think this is a nice, safe, conservative target. Now, you can sense some indecision from me. Okay, you can sense some indecision. So one, I don't like that count, but I'm not going to put too much. I'm not going to put too much emphasis on my count. However, I don't think that this is a proper retrace of this neckline here. That's number one. Two, this is looking like a B wave. This is looking like a B wave. I think that we're going to get a proper retrace of this neckline for Link. So, and because I do think my count is right there, I do think that this was the end of, I think we're basically at the B wave of the A wave. I think the trend hasn't broken yet, but it's going to break here. Do you guys see? I think this is the entry to make, right? For the target, up here, which is, ooh, that's nice. That's a 15% trade, right? On leverage, that's beautiful. So that's what I'm seeing with Link. This is what I think is likely to happen. See, these are tricky. You have to use a combination of things, right? You can't only just use one tool all the time. If you have some limitations, that tool, right? My Elliott wave count isn't the best while it's happening, but that wave's finished. So my count's a little more accurate, I think. Like, probabilistically, I'm more accurate when a count's complete. It's just difficult to do while it's going on. I do not think that this is a continuation. I think this is a B wave, and I think that the C waves is coming down. So I would not enter on the pullback of this. If there is a pullback, I'm entering down here. All right, meaning I'm not entering on this wave. If anything, I'm entering here. Okay, so that's just what I'm doing with Link. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Guys, trade safely. Trade safely. Always use risk management. It's okay to be wrong. I'm wrong all the time. But keep your losses small and your wins big. Okay? Keep your losses small and your wins big. Don't be crazy like 90% of the people out there go into trades FOMOing with the trend, not waiting for pullbacks, no using stop losses, right? Like they're all getting liquidated, and that's not a way to make money. If you want to trade for serious and you want to make this a career, if you want to make money consistently, you have to treat it like a business. And sometimes taking a small loss is the risk, is the cost of doing business. And a lot of traders, they, instead of taking a small loss, they take big losses, right? Because they don't like the idea of getting stopped out. Get comfortable with getting stopped out. Form a thesis, do your best, make your analysis, take your loss, and then keep it moving. All right, thanks. See you guys soon. Bye.